Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. The following video will contain spoilers from the Flash episode Fastlane. So, spoiler alert there. If you don't want anything ruined or spoiled for you, stop watching now. For everybody else here, hey guys, Dave here. And today I am giving a very special shout out to the Dr. Pepper milkshake. Oh, that is actually good. I know. I just thought about it on my news feed last night that apparently Burger King is doing some new specialty flavors. And I was first wondering about it. Dr. Pepper milkshake. How is this going to be good? But, yeah, they describe it. If you ever had like a root beer float, you know, where you got the soda mixed in with the ice cream, it's kind of like that, only it's Dr. Pepper instead of root beer. And I was curious. Apparently I was the first person at my store close to me to buy it, and I had to do a double sip. It's one of those things you have to process at first, because on the back end you do have the taste of Dr. Pepper, but you got the creaminess of the milkshake too. So I mean, if they say that Dr. Pepper is a 23 flavor drink, this is 24 now. So you got it at the Burger King. I'm not getting promoted by them, but if they want to throw any gift cards or things for free Dr. Pepper milkshakes my way, I would appreciate that. Thank you. Anyway, so we've got an episode where quite a bit of things happen after my kind of sort of let down from last week. Oh, by the way, I did a video review of the Reverse Flash Returns last week. However, I used some very adult language and let out my frustrations. Not safe for work. So if you want to go check that out, you can go back in my videos and look at it. But like I said, strong language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised if you choose to do so. The rest of my videos, I'll try to get back on the kid-friendly kind of thing again. Anyway, so lots going on. It looks like Barry is finally trying to work with Dr. Wells to figure out how to close the portals, and we actually get to finally see a power that I actually made a theory video about a while back involving speed learning. Now, Barry and many other speedsters have the power to read a book at super speed and get the knowledge, but except for only one speedster throughout all of the DC continuity, Bart Allen, aka Impulse / Kid Flash / The Flash in the future. He's the only one that's able to actually retain and keep that knowledge permanently. All the others lose it as fast as they learn it. So after about 30 minutes, it's gone. So we get to see that in action. That was pretty cool. But we get to see just more about how determined Harry Wells is to try to get his daughter back. Also, we get to find out yet another person that had an accident the same night as the particle accelerator attack, where a guy got dumped in hot tar and died. 2 years later, he finally emerges. So I think the metagene also might have something to do with how certain superhumans are capable of resurrecting. So something to keep in mind in the future. So while Tar Pit comes back and starts exacting sticky and very frightening revenge, Harry is also doing a side project where he said he actually, thanks to both the Turtles' brain matter and something that he got from the Reverse Flash, he was able to actually combine to make a speed siphon. And he's going to use that to siphon off some of Barry's speed and give it to Zoom. He ends up putting it behind the emblem of the Flash suit, and eventually after Cisco's showing off his new MetaHuman Finder app for anything going on in Central City, they decide to try making it work there. Also, Joe and Iris are trying to make things do with getting to know Wally, when we start to find out more about that he truly is a speed addict. We get to find personal things about that, and why he's doing the racing and things like that. And we get to find out, according to him, he always wanted to do something because he always wanted to be the fastest. So I'm pretty sure this is foreshadowing for future episodes of him becoming Kid Flash. He's still a rocky kid with a kind of iffy past, and he could get in some big trouble. But people are seeing both the good side of him and trying to give him some tough love at the same time, which isn't necessarily easy. Eventually, when they start to get a warning about the metahuman activity with Tar Pit going after one of the guys that killed him. The Flash shows up, but Wells ended up using the siphon a bit to draw off about 2% of his speed. And at first it isn't really noticeable. The Flash is able to stop them, but coming back, he's not at his top speed. Even Cisco notices this and is trying to figure out what's going on. And, just a small percentage. What could that possibly be? Well, we get to find out later, after Wells gives a sample of it to Zoom at a rendezvous point, and he's shooting up like an addict, which still makes me think that maybe Zoom is actually a Velocity 6 through 9 addict himself. I still think he's got Velocity 9 on lock, and he's using it as he's literally a speed vampire. He needs it to not only maintain speed but also survive, but I could be wrong. So Zoom wants more and more and more, but Wells said he'll get it to make sure that his daughter survives. But Zoom does the freaking claws on the arm. And he just shows how vicious he is, even if it's a brief thing. And eventually, when Tar Pit shows up at the same raceway that Wally is racing at, unfortunately, when Tar Pit attacks and crashes Wally's car, Flash is able to get Wally out. But when the car goes tumbling, a piece of glass shrapnel goes heading, and he's just not fast enough to stop it from getting Iris. She's okay. She got it in the shoulder. But he was kicking himself why he wasn't able to do it. And managed to get to the hospital. She's going to be fine. More interpersonal thing going on with Joe and Wally. And we're finding out also that one of the guys that's behind the racing is also one of the guys that was responsible for killing Tar Pit. So, let's see, what else here? A lot of good stuff. Eventually, when they start to notice how Barry is kicking himself for not being fast enough, Harry flat out admits what he did and admitted that he created a Speed Force siphon. Of course, Joe West comes in just in time to hear of this, clocks Harry and throws him into one of the meta-human vault cells. Well, at this point they're ticked off, but he's even saying, look, I told you, I would betray you. I would do anything I could to get my daughter back. And he's being pretty steadfast about it. Eventually, they managed to use one of the guys that Tar Pit went after as bait to lure him out in the open, thanks to some pretty cool, pun intended, grenades that were able to freeze him temporarily. Managed to shatter the outer mold that created the Tar Pit creature that we normally see in the comics, and create the outer, break that so we see the shell of just the human actor that played him to be solid enough to be knocked out and eventually apprehended. So that was cool. It looks like Wally's starting to finally bond more with Iris and Joe, which is good. Harry's pretty much, by admitting what he did, he's sacrificing his own daughter's safety, and he wants to do everything he can to save Jessie, so he offers a solution. I don't want to threaten you anymore. He's coming after you for your speed. Let me go, then close the portals, which they did an experiment, and they closed the same portal that Wells actually met up on Zoom on this episode. Unfortunately, he's saying, look, if you send me through, close it, you won't have to worry about it again. And he'll find Jesse on his own. And a lot of Team Flash is pretty much rooting to do this. And even Caitlin admitted that what they started to do for draining Barry actually was causing cellular damage. If he had continued to do so, it could have caused some serious health complications or maybe even robbed him of his speed permanently. So, there's that. And everyone's ready to throw Wells back except for Barry. Now, this is the cool thing. I know that Supergirl might be considered iffy a bit in the writing and whatnot, but the one thing that Supergirl and the Flash have in common that I really like is that these are heroes that truly inspire. They look to the best of us. They want the best possible outcome, even for the bad guys at times. And he's like, look, when Cisco's brother was kidnapped and Captain Cold threatened to take him out unless, he told him Barry's secret, he did, and no one held a grudge against him. When it comes to family, there isn't any one of the members of Team Flash that wouldn't do anything. Barry understood that, and as angry as he was, he put all that on himself for what happened, and he isn't going to throw Wells back to the wolves and to let Jesse die for nothing. So, they managed to free Wells and say, we are a team whether you like it or not, and we're going to take the fight to them. So, it's the build-up for next week, going to Earth 2. I cannot wait to see this. This is going to be awesome. I mean, I know I was angry last week's episode of The Flash, but it's the frickin' Flash. I can't stay mad at you. Well, yeah, I know. A Dr. Pepper shake helps too. That is good. It takes a little getting used to, but, I mean, I have some pretty weird tasting things. I mean, I like hot fudge shakes myself, so don't judge me. You don't come here knowing that I'm not weird, okay? You know for a fact that I'm freaking not normal. Don't expect normal from me. It's not going to happen. But, yeah, I mean, I thought that episode was actually pretty good, and I cannot wait for Earth 2. This is the big thing. I mean, it's always looked prettier. It's always looked greater and grander. And I want to see what's going on, especially considering that the Instagram of DC's Legend of Tomorrow page has also been hinting at some classic Justice Society of America characters. And Jay Garrick, who was originally supposed to be part of that, maybe we're going to see more of a crossover between Flash and Legends of Tomorrow and get to see more of that. Maybe they're going to be even crossing over to Earth 2. I don't know. But it's going to be pretty cool. And all in all, this was a good episode of The Flash. Some humorous moments I didn't spoil for you. So I think you're going to like the answer that everyone gives when Cisco asks who's the best hacker in the world. So that's pretty enjoyable. So, what did you guys think of the Flash episode, Fastlane? Please like, comment, subscribe, share, pass this bad boy around. And I'm getting invited to several different discussion groups on Facebook and whatnot that's actually trying to ask for discussion and talking about things, which is great. So I'm all for that. To all my new subscribers, hey guys, yeah, please feel free to take a look at my back vlog of videos. I got plenty of weird ones. Sometimes they're serious, sometimes they're not. You know, like I said, when I came up with the thing, Many Faces of Dave, I've got different perspectives that I usually take. I mean, there's the geeky guy, there's the serious guy, there's the science guy, there's the new age guy. There's all kind of things that I go on here, and I'm not afraid to show all of them. So, thank you again for you guys tuning in. Look, I know that now you ask me to try to do a 30-second summary at the beginning of the videos, and I might get to it eventually. But look, the way I try to break these things down, I don't want to try to repeat myself too much. That's why I guess I don't do the 30-second recap, then go into it. You know, I have a bad habit of getting into repetition at times, and I've tried to get out of it. So that's part of the reason why I don't do it. So my bad, but I'll try to see a better way to formulate my thoughts and videos from the future. But tonight we got Arrow. We got Thursday night, Legends of Tomorrow. Also, if you guys are interested in other DC shows, yeah, there's Gotham, which I fell out of interest in halfway through the first season. Supergirl, I do like checking out on Mondays. But there's also a new DC show that you guys might not know about called Lucifer. It's on NBC Monday. I'm sorry, not NBC. My bad. Fox. It's on Fox Monday nights, 9 o'clock, technically right after Supergirl. So you can get a double dose of DC if you're interested. So I'm not sure if we're going to be getting any Lucifer fan pages out there that's teaming up with the other DC Extended Universe, but I'm throwing it out there, guys. Keep an eye out, and yes, that's DC. Well, I think I've covered everything I'm going to right now. I'm going to finish enjoying the rest of this shake, and then I'm going to upload this darn video. So, until next time, guys, this is Dave signing out. Peace. Yum, yum.